I think we have a good understanding of headcount planning. I think naturally, the second pillar of talent.
The second pillar is this granular process of determining resources. And it's what I just inferred or referred to in the headcount planning process. It's what someone like myself in this role understands the headcount to plan to be. And then I go back and pull all the manual data and make sure that I have the right structure in place. Pose it back to finance, typically appeal for more money because I never have the resources needed when the plan is in baking. And then there's this second layer or next level up of capacity planning and team structure is not just the number of resources that I need, but based on the data of how hard this has been historically, or the locations we're going into, or when we want to hire these people, what types of resources am I going to need? I'm going to go back and appeal for budget, but how am I going to figure out what those resources are? In a planning cycle, for me, it would be how many recruiters and what's my ratio of recruiters to sourcers? How many interviews am I going to have to do based on what I know my funnel shape looks like? Where this is typically product engineering and go to market, where you need to talk to a lot of people in order to get an offer accept. And as you start to think about what it's going to take to actually turn the engine on to get that team going, I have to get really granular with the budget, because I also have to think about, where am I going to market these roles to? Am I going to need to spin out to a partner or an executive search firm? Am I going to need to go to an RPO or contract resources for surges, spikes, or just filling in? So the capacity model itself is something that is not usually done very well, something that we all fall down on, but really takes a lot of time, which, if I can just put another plug into headcount planning, that's why you want to start earlier, is to get that head of TA or that team, that talent ops team, a chance to really dive deep on resources.
I would say pro tip for CEOs and talent leaders listening is that they should not spend all the budget on the engineering and sales and marketing hires. They should leave some resources and some dollars also for hiring recruiters.